control. Get on our phone calendar for the coming week. We help people just like you. If you're 55 plus, that's right in our wheelhouse. Even if you're 54, hey, we'll talk to you just the same. Get on our phone calendar for the coming week. 15-minute complimentary phone consultation. 560retirement.com. 560retirement.com. Get on our phone calendar coming week. Complimentary phone consultation. Jim, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. The news is next.
The views and opinions herein are those of Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of AE Wealth Management, LLC. Scott Tucker Solutions is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investments and insurance products. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AE Wealth Management and Scott Tucker Solutions, Incorporated are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities, or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This radio show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Scott Tucker Solutions is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Scott Tucker Solutions. This radio show is a paid placement.
Hi, this is Chris Duffy for Scott Tucker Solutions. Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Scott Tucker and the Scott Tucker Solutions team can help. They'll help you create a retirement plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Go to 560retirement.com to see their phone calendar for a complimentary 15-minute phone consultation. Or call the Scott Tucker Solutions team right now. 847-478-3888. Tell them Chris Duffy sent you. 847-478-3888. Firm offers insurance services and may not give tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Voice talent has been remunerated and is not a...
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
There could be criminal charges. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo now faces a criminal complaint that's been filed against him in Albany County. Sheriff Craig Apples says it's very early, but there is a possibility the governor could face arrest.
At some point, we're going to have our victim back in for probably a very lengthy interview, could be a series of interviews. And at that point, depending on the facts and the circumstances, we'll sit down with the district attorney and make a decision to move forward with a criminal charge.
The accuser claims Governor Cuomo groped her breast at the governor's state residence. The charge comes after the New York Attorney General's office concluded the governor sexually harassed multiple women. The $1 trillion infrastructure package has garnered enough votes in the Senate today to move forward toward passage. Fox's Chad Pergram has more on the bill.
The Senate has fought for days about amendments to this bill. There is a push to add reporting mandates to the bill for cryptocurrency that would raise about $28 billion to cover the cost of the bill. Vice President Harris is now here to meet with senators about the bill. Framework for this bill was agreed to by an alliance of bipartisan senators in mid-June, but the slowdown now explains why Congress has struggled to pass infrastructure for years.
Senate Democrats say once work is done on the bill, they will immediately turn to the much more partisan $3.5 trillion proposal for so-called human infrastructure. Meanwhile, rising costs of consumer goods are fueling more concerns about inflation. Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee.
Look, inflation's going way up because the federal government's been spending way too much money that it doesn't have. When it does that, we effectively just print more money. I mean, look, I know U.S. Treasuries are issued and everything, but it has the same effect as just printing more money.
The Biden administration has said inflation can be expected as the economy recovers from the pandemic. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Warm and humid tonight with rather cloudy skies and a low 74. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, still humid with a heavy thunderstorm late. Risk for severe thunderstorms at night with a high 90, and a thunderstorm or two on Monday, quite cloudy with a high of 83. Plan with confidence. Download the redesigned AccuWeather app today. I'm Gregory Patrick on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com. There is an answer to the mess we are in today in this country. There's a reason so many young people are being led astray. We have to fight back and protect the country we know and love. There's one who knows the way out of this mess. Charlie Kirk has the answer. He's relentless. He will not stop till he reaches every person who will hear. Listen to him every day, everywhere you find podcasts. The Charlie Kirk Show, now on a podcast near you.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. That's right, designed to heal, and now I agree. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor for Pete and Seth selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. That's correct. Each of the 4 ingredients deal with inflammation on a different metabolic pathway. That right there, approaching your pain from 4 different angles, may very well be why so many Americans find such wonderful pain relief. If you have back pain, shoulder, neck, hip, knee, or foot pain from exercise or even just getting older, you must order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. I think it could. Give your body what it needs to heal itself. Go to ReliefFactor.com, call 800-500-8384, ReliefFactor.com.
A software engineer 3 is sought by the Internet Truck Stop in Fox River Grove, Illinois to design, develop, and maintain responsive web apps throughout code lifecycle to meet product and customer needs. Must have relevant education and experience. Send 2 resumes and cover letter, no calls, to the attention of Katya Cox, 222 North Plymouth Avenue, New Plymouth, Idaho 83655 and reference number 9075.042.
The United States has killed Osama bin Laden.
Hours after that announcement, the White House leaked that it was SEAL Team 6 that carried out the operation. Al-Qaeda placed bounties on the heads of all Navy SEALs. Then just 3 months later, a U.S. Army helicopter carrying many from SEAL Team 6 and others.
Anybody out there? We have a fallen angel. A fallen angel. Roger.
Fallen Angel, Extortion 17. The story most Americans don't know. Watch exclusively at salemnow.com. AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot.
Good afternoon, Chicagoland. The phone number is 312-642-5600. Trust me, you are going to want to call in. If you're looking for John Anthony, don't turn the dial. He is taking a much-deserved day off. It is my pleasure, and it's just a blessing that he thought of me. I am Stephanie Trussell, that crazy wife, mom, grandma, driving around in DuPage County, talking to myself in my car. And it is a pleasure anytime I get an opportunity to talk to a conservative audience or anyone that's just so concerned, that's paying attention, because as Larry Elder says about the country to save, we have a state to save. So I don't know about you guys. When I get a call, would you like to be on the radio for 2 hours? Before John Anthony was done with the phone call, I went to my phone and I started texting 2 of my favorite moms, grandmas, patriots that just are the smartest people that I know. When it comes to politics in Illinois, the ride to wherever we go is more interesting than what we're talking about once we get on the air, because these ladies know everything. It is such a pleasure. And trust me, fasten your seatbelt. We're going to talk about why you or somebody you know has to run for office. And Carol Davis and Jan Shaw are going to tell you what's going on to protect your vote, to make sure our elections are free and fair, because they've been stolen so long in Illinois. It just goes without saying. So I'm going to let Carol introduce herself so you can know her voice, and then Jan. Hey, Carol, I'm so happy you guys were available to join me today.
Stephanie, we are just thrilled to be with you again. We just love you. We love the energy that you bring to everything, and we love this opportunity to help share what we've learned, through the Hard Knocks, School of Hard Knocks. We don't know it all, but we've learned a lot, and we love to share what we know. So Carol Davis here, chairman of Illinois Conservative Union, and just looking forward to a great couple hours with you.
Very good. And her sidekick, Trusty, just amazing. Lives not too far from me, 6-minute drive. I can get Jan, and then we went and got Carol. It works out. Jan, introduce yourself.
I'm Jan Shaw. I'm the vice chair of Illinois Conservative Union, and most of the time you'll find me with Carol Davis doing whatever it is that we decide we're going to be doing.
And I'm telling you, the first time I was introduced to them at the West Suburban Tea Party Patriot meeting, you knew you were in the right place. You pull into this bowling alley. The parking lot was just filled with cars that said, "I love America, God bless America, don't take my guns." I go into this event, I see Carol Davis talking, and all I kept thinking, I got to hug this woman, total stranger. She was talking about election time and what's going on in Chicago and school choice, and her heart just spoke to me. And I'm so blessed that since that time we've become friends. And as I said, Jan's always there, so smart. If I have a question about anything, I text these two ladies and I said, what do you guys think? And so we're so fortunate today to have them available on a Saturday. That was just a miracle at such a short notice. I'm Stephanie Trussell. The phone number is 312-642-5600. Really quick, guys. I haven't been on the radio for a while, since January, and there was another opportunity John Anthony gave me. In February, we lost Rush Limbaugh. And all I can say is that I'm still, and I'm sure as many of you are not over losing that voice. That's a vacuum that just, it can never be filled. I have my Rush Limbaugh cup, proud member, and I actually have 2 of these cups. And follow us on Facebook and share on Facebook. All I can say is that he left a legacy that he taught me how to be, to say what I wanted to say, to be fearless. I get emotional when I think about it. And the fact that he fought so hard. And I'm just so happy that there are new hosts that are doing what they can to be fearless like he was. And I know his producer, Bo, is doing what he can to continue with the legacy. And I had to say something about Rush Limbaugh because when I became a conservative, I was listening to all the local hosts, but I thought, I don't understand what this guy is saying. I can't, he talks over my head, and who is this Rush Limbaugh guy? And then one day I just started listening to him and I was hooked, and he changed my life. And I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. And I just felt like there was just no way I'm not going to speak about Rush Limbaugh, given this opportunity to be on the radio. Well, we've got 2 hours here till 3. I don't know what you're out there doing on a Saturday now. Do they still have soccer practice, football practice? Are they masked up and all these other things? But we're still licking our wounds from the election November 2020. Again, Illinois has been still in election so long, they certified an election in a couple hours, and everybody else in Georgia, they're pulling boxes from under the table clumsily, and Illinois is sitting back like having coffee and a cigarette like, seriously, you guys got to work on that. And so we kind of joke about that, right? Everybody jokes that in Chicago, they steal they've been stealing votes, they've been buying votes. But hey, guys, this is serious now.
Well, we have been the brunt of the jokes for decades, and it's shameful. Some people can shrug their shoulders and laugh it off, but let's stop laughing, folks. I mean, our country is on the razor's edge here. And a lot of the bad practices that began in Chicago, and it's no doubt now that Mayor Daley stole that presidential race that John Kennedy won, and that's proven historical fact now. So Chicago has taught the nation a lot of bad things, and so it's time for us to fight and fight like we mean it. And that's what we've been doing for over a decade now. Election integrity has been one of our key issues even when we were a Tea Party. And now that we're a statewide organization, over the last couple of years, we've really put the pedal to the metal and learned a lot about it. I'm sure people want to hear an update on our Judicial Watch lawsuit. So maybe we'll bring you up to date on that. Yeah. As we know, a lot of the problems with election fraud are ghost voters, voters that should not be on the rolls.
Why are they so afraid? Why do they, whenever you say, let's clean the roll, they get so upset about that. You're trying to eliminate people from voting. No, dead people or people that don't live there or people that never really existed. I don't know. And I had never worked on a campaign until the last election cycle. And when you've got the app loaded into your phone and you're standing there and there's an address that's squeezed in between 2 houses and you're thinking, well, this address doesn't even exist, Or when I would go to someone's house and I say, hi, is this so-and-so here for me to do the survey? They said, oh, that was 3 owners ago. So what's the problem? Why don't they want us to clean the rolls?
Well, and this is where they get their ghost voters. This is where they get the sham voters. This is where they can pile in those extra ballots. You know, our legislature has cooked the books over years, decades. Yep. The left has had decades to fix it for them. And so when we announce on election night so-and-so won, all that's doing is telling the left, hey, we've got 2 more weeks to pile ballots in here for ghost voters and turn this race to our favor.
Perfect storm. Here comes a pandemic. Scare everybody. You got to stay home. We're going to vote by mail. It was written by them. This was just what they needed to make sure that, because guys, you know, in 2016, Trump surprised them. They couldn't believe it. There was no way. Are we getting into conspiracy theory here? There was no way they were going to let this boorish man from New York beat them again, hook or crook. And we're supposed to believe that stirring up voters, going out, meeting people doesn't win you elections. We're supposed to believe that staying in your basement, getting 30 people in a parking lot, that's how you win elections. We're too smart for that. And so now here we are, coming out of the pandemic, feeling a little bit more free, and they got to tell us pandemic. And they don't want to get rid of that, a whole thing with voting by mail, because they need that. It's so important for them to be able to say, okay, be able, like they do, how many votes do we need? And Carol, we've got a couple minutes before this segment ends. I know you are a poll watcher or an election judge.
I've been an election judge in 18 elections here in Illinois.
Now, I went to vote in my place. I went up there. There was one poll watcher, I guess, the person. And this person was on the ballot and was a Democrat. I didn't see a Republican. Hey guys, we have to make sure that you can be on Facebook and be a keyboard warrior all you want, but on election day, there shouldn't be, especially in DuPage County. How were there was not a Republican sitting there? This is a Democrat that's on the ballot, was the only person watching.
You cannot win the game when you're not on the field.
You're not playing.
You're not on the field. And we're not even on the bench, for Pete's sake. We're not even watching the game. We're not even in the stadium half the time.
Don't be discouraged. We've got new leadership coming here as far as GOP leadership in Illinois. And I know in the past we're like, oh, Dan Proft, I hope you listen to him. I hope you start every morning with him and Amy. I know I do. Talking about showing up to fight, and then we stopped showing up. We used to show up and surrender. Now we don't even show up now. It's so many races go uncontested. It's a new day. It's a new time. Trump has laid out the blueprint and telling you how to do it, how to be relentless and fearless and don't back down. And they always tell us, we got to reach across the aisle and work with them. We reach across the aisle and they slap our hands every time. They're going to have to come over to our side, because now we know it's different now. This is darkness versus light. They are bold. They're Marxists. They're trying to take over. And you know what's important, guys? They are hunting our children. I am Stephanie Trussell, crazy grandma wife, driving around DuPage County. You know me. And Carol Davis and Jan Shaw, we are here for 2 hours. John Anthony, enjoy your day off. Thank you very much for allowing us an opportunity. We are on Facebook. Share, and I'm going to be waving my arms, acting really crazy. But you know what? That's what I do. I am so excited about, we're going to talk about this voter integrity. We're going to talk about what we need to do, because we need people to run for school board. We need people to start at local elections. We need people that, once you convince your neighbor to run, Carol Davis and Jan Shaw are going to tell you what they're doing to make sure the elections are free, fair, and honest. Yes, in the great state of Illinois, it is possible. This is Black and Right. John Anthony's off today. He's not transitioning. This isn't him with a woman's voice. And I am so happy to be here. Stephanie Trussell, back after this message.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
What do you think the government would do? I mean, they couldn't shut down Facebook.
They could break them up. I'm not talking about regulating Facebook. I'm talking about cultural norms and what norms you'd like to see reflected in some of the most influential institutions in our society. Who determines who are the bad ones? Who determines who are the credible ones? A small group of people at Facebook influenced by the federal government?
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
We've all heard it. Eat healthy. But what does eating healthy mean? Sure, there are countless diets out there, but they contradict each other. Yet all experts agree we should eat a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Whole fruits and vegetables are the perfect fuel to power the cells in your body, giving you the stamina you need to handle your day-to-day activities. And that's what Balance of Nature is. Whole fruits and vegetables delivered to you in a convenient capsule form for only 22 cents a serving. Our proprietary blend has no additives or fillers, just the full nutritional value of a variety of 31 different fruits and vegetables. Balance of Nature provides you with a natural energy boost without a caffeine crash, a 3 o'clock slump, or an early bedtime. Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself by going to balanceofnature.com or by calling 1-800-2468-751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
For nearly 100 years, folks have trusted Blue Star medicated ointment to relieve the pain and itching of almost any skin irritation.
It works on my son's dry, itching feet and their jock itch.
I had this rash on my neck. Nothing worked until Blue Star.
Blue Star worked great on my ringworm without steroids.
My wife and I have been using Blue Star for years. It's never let us down.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Trussell. John Anthony's taking a day off, much deserved. He'll be back next week. He asked me to fill in, and I called my two friends, Carol and Jen, and said, hey, let's go and talk about something positive. But hey, guess what, guys? This show is going to be wonderful. Not because I picked these two wonderful women to co-host with me. In addition to them, we have Charles Love, who has a show on 560 every Sunday from it's 11 to 1. I get that right, 11 to 1, because I used to couldn't listen. I was on my way to my church, but now my church started at 1, so I listen every Sunday. We have State Senator Darren Bailey. He is a candidate for governor. He wants to save the great state of Illinois, loves Illinois. He will be on after the top of the 2 o'clock hour news. And then, of course, if I'm on the radio, I cannot be on the radio without Mark Weyermiller calling in with his Man on the Street report. So there are a lot of good things to listen to. And we're going to get to the calls in a second. Talk about voter integrity. Give us some hope, because we need to bring some good news, some positivity to people that are going out on Election Day voting in the great state of Illinois.
Well, as you know, we've got a lot of really great grassroots activists who all want to do something to get involved. And what we've found as we've worked on this issue is you have to have a seat at the table in order to really make a difference. So I know we have been a little disappointed in our party politics a little, but we need to work within the party to get these things to really be effective. We were thrilled that for their June State Central Committee meeting, the top leadership of the Illinois GOP, with the new chairman, Don Tracy, invited us to lay out our 10-point election integrity program. And we did the presentation, and they were thrilled. And so we've basically gotten the seal of approval from the Illinois GOP. Now, even if they hadn't gone along, we would have done it anyway.
It doesn't matter. And you know what? I know in the past, really quick, some of us have had different opinions about the Illinois GOP. I've met Don Tracy. I'm taking him at his word. This is new leadership. This is a new path. We got to support him. We can't just throw our hands up and say, we're talking about the past leadership. This is a new day, and I've met him a couple of times, and so far I'm impressed with what he's saying.
Yes. So what we've done is we've taken our years of experience as election judges and poll watchers and every facet of elections, and we have turned it into a 3-hour seminar from soup to nuts on election integrity. And this is real substantive stuff that can be done, but it should be done within the party structure. And so once we laid out the plan for the State Central Committee, word started going out. We've already been speaking for the last several years to different GOP groups around the state and doing this training in bits and pieces. But now it's all been pulled together into a 3-hour seminar. And the county GOP chairmen are starting to contact us to set up trainings in their area. So our first one will be in Winnebago County on Thursday, September 2nd.
Is that south of 80 or where is that?
That's south northwest.
Oh, northwest.
Yeah,
okay,
northwest.
All right. Okay, very
good.
And
the wonderful Jan Kloss out there, she and we're working also with Esther Joy King's campaign. She wants people trained for election integrity. So watch our e-newsletter. You can sign up at ilpac.org. That's ilpac.org. To get our e-newsletter, we will send out every single seminar that we're going to be doing all across the state over the next several months. Now is the time, folks. Golf outings and pig roasts are fun, and parades are important.
Right.
But we can do very substantive things here on election integrity, and we've got the plan, and we're going to be teaching it to you if you show up.
You know, you've mentioned parades, and my 4th of July parade, I was so disappointed not to see one Republican representative at all, not the local party group, nothing, not handing out littles. I mean, something's represented. And there's Democrats. It's almost if, again, I'm not the person that coined this phrase, trying to cook our DuPage. I feel like Paul Revere. The Democrats are coming. No, they're here. And what are we going to do about it? And it's so important that we just don't. I know a lot of people are planning on selling their houses and getting out or whatever, but a lot of us can't leave. I left and came back. I've got grandkids with my mom, my sister. I want to stay here and fight for my state. And I was raised by nuns. You guys know I went to Catholic school, tortured by nuns, lovingly tortured. And I remember Sister DePaul teaching me about improper fractions. And right now in Springfield, we have an improper fraction. It's 73 Democrats and 45 Republicans. What are we going to do about that? They have a super majority. Republicans can just stay home. Nothing they do at this point. We need to send good people down there and fight for our state. We know that J.B. Pritzker, whatever this experiment was, it didn't work. And no, obviously, if you follow me on Facebook, I have nothing nice to say about him, but we can beat him.
And to that point, Stephanie, this is something people who are saying, "Oh, I'm out of here." Right. They need to think about this.
Yes.
All of these good farmers downstate are stepping up to serve this state and turn it around. We've got wonderful state reps down there: Dan Calkins, Niemer. I mean, there's just a bunch of hell.
And we always seem to focus on the Collier County, but south of 80, those are true Americans
those
down
are the
there
salt
fighting
of the
hard.
earth people. And
dirt
guess
in their
what?
fingernails.
Guess what, Stephanie? We can pick up and move. They cannot pick up acres and acres of land and walk across the state line.
Exactly. They're here.
And you know what else? If we all pick up and move, they're just going to follow us. Thank you. The left, and I don't want to say Democrats, because there are some great Democrats out there. We have Democrat friends, but I don't think they realize where their party has gone.
Oh, it's a different party now.
And the truth of the matter is, if people pick up and move, you go somewhere that's great.
They're going to follow you.
And then we create something great there. Then they come and they follow, and then they take over and they change it.
I'm so happy that we've got people on the line. The phone number is 312-642-5600. Nancy's up. Thank you very much for calling Black and Right, Nancy. Hello. Oh, let me make sure. I'll click. Okay. The producer's busy. Hey, Nancy. Thank you for calling. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. I mean, three ladies, I couldn't resist calling. I love this show. It's absolutely perfect what one of you gals said about how we laugh at Chicago politics. We've laughed in California for years. Well, it's not funny anymore,
no,
just
like
you said. It's time for action.
Yep.
It's time to do the right thing. And Stephanie, bless your heart for saying that you went to Catholic school and stuff. That's so interesting, because, I mean, it's just unique.
Yeah. Oh, we all have stories. If you were tortured by nuns and the ruler, and lovingly tortured by nuns. But I tell you this much, Nancy, I know how to do fractions in my head because the Sister DePaul told me to move that decimal point over. So when I'm in a store, I don't go to Kohl's anymore because they don't like conservative products. But I knew how to do that percentage every time because Sister DePaul taught me. Thank you very much. We're going to go to Jim in my hometown, Lyle. Welcome to Black and Right, Jim.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's great hearing your voice on the radio again. You're awesome.
Is this my Jim Stramaglia?
Yes, it is.
Our boys are 26 almost this year, and they play baseball together, then basketball. Great Patriot.
Yes, they did.
Love him. He's an awesome guy. If you follow him, I share a lot of his stuff on Facebook because he's on the front line with some great things.
Well, you did a great job raising your children, too. But I wanted to share with Jan and Carol my experience on Election Day because, of course, conservatives always vote on Election Day. In DuPage, at Kennedy Junior High School in Lisle, I voted with my son. His ballot went through the tabulator fine. When it was my turn to put my ballot in the tabulator, it kicked it out once, kicked it out twice, kicked it out 3 times. And if you saw the look on the election judge's face, how horrified she was, that told me something was amiss. And I have no confidence that my votes on November 3rd were tabulated correctly. And Carol and Jan, thank you for all you do. Boy, is that absolutely need to be the number one priority is election integrity.
Get rid of those Dominion machines. Let's just get that paper ballot and you fill in that little dot.
Well, you know what? Interestingly enough, I remember looking at the machine and it was a Diebold machine, but I'm told later from what I learned from Bobby Python that Diebold was used by Dominion. So
it was purchased by Dominion. So it was Dominion software Diebold machine.
I told you, these ladies know everything, but go ahead.
Of course they do. Of course they do. But anyway, I had to share my experience.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's
what they're all about.
It's crazy. And again, go ahead, Carol.
And to Jim's point, we have an election incident reporting system on our website. We would love people to go to that website, fill out that form, and relate their incidents because we can start to see patterns in different machines, different polling places, and it will help us to see where the problems lie.
That's on the website.
Carol, what is that website called?
That's on our election integrity website.
Okay.
And it's IEIP.org. So it's not on our main website. It's IEIP.org, Illinois Election Integrity Program.
Okay, go ahead,
Thank
Jan.
you. I'll do it right now.
Oh, she got
Thank
it.
you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you, Jim. It's always a pleasure,
All right.
pleasure to hear from a Patriot dad. Hey, I'm Stephanie Trussell. John Anthony's off today. I have my friends Carol Davis and Jan Shaw in with me until 3 o'clock. Hey, guys, Charles Love is going to talk about what he's going to talk about tomorrow. State Senator Darren Bailey wants to be the next governor of Illinois. And, of course, Mark Man on the Street will be giving his report telling us what we need to be looking for and what different events going on in Illinois. 312-642-5600. We're going to get to the calls right after this.
Sebastian Gorka here. I love that you're listening to my show each day, but now we're giving you the opportunity to meet me in person. Enter the Terrific Talkers VIP experience. We'll fly you and a guest on a 3-night stay to meet me or one of our other national hosts. Enter today, and I'll see you soon.
To enter, go to 560theanswer.com/VIP. Sponsored by Crumweedy Home Pros. Go to homeisneedy.com.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. A woman is pressing charges against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who faces several sexual harassment investigations. Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple.
We have a report on file. It alleges criminal conduct against our governor.
Reportedly, the woman is executive assistant number 1 in the state attorney general's report, who said the governor touched her breast in his official residence. The $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill survived a procedural vote in the Senate today. Republicans can still defeat it or at least delay passage. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer.
We can get this done the easy way or the hard way. It's in either case, the Senate will stay in session until we finish our work.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell says his members want infrastructure reform, but this isn't the bill he would have written. America is listening to Fox News.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Small businesses are the backbone of America, and there's a lot we can learn from them. Listen to Building America and hear some of the most successful business owners and entrepreneurs across the Midwest discuss their challenges, successes, and pursuit of the American dream. Join David Bolanos every Sunday afternoon at 4:30 as he dives into what it takes to achieve the American dream. Go online to buildingamericanow.com to learn more and request to be featured on the show. Building America, Sunday afternoons at 4:30 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Dan Proft here again for Northridge Prep. They've been 100% in person all year long, dedicated to the mission of building men. Today I want to share some comments from Kevin, a current 6th grader interviewed by an independent team trying to understand why students love Northridge Prep so much.
So my favorite teacher here at Northridge is probably Dr. Callahan because he's always so happy and enthusiastic and funny, and he teaches you to really value life. He always says to try your hardest, to always be good, to always pray to God, and to value life. Here at Northridge, when I wake up, I feel motivated and enthusiastic and excited to come to school each morning. We get to come here and see our friends and talk to the teachers, and the teachers will really help you with anything. You can always go and talk to them if you have any struggles or anything with them.
To really get why students and parents love Northridge Prep, you got to see it. You got to feel it, not just hear it. So visit northridgeprep.org, register for an open house, or call to schedule a tour today, northridgeprep.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Boyd, here to tell you about an incredible cost-saving opportunity you should consider for your building, office, or facility. For 30 years, Boyd Electric has been a local 134 electrical contractor providing quality service and technology. We help businesses large and small reap the benefits of energy-efficient lighting products. Boyd Electric has retrofitted hotels, big box stores, hospitals, and car dealerships, and is a total solutions provider that can serve your needs anywhere in the country. With our no capital outlay shared savings program, you can get 100% financing with customer payments based on an agreed upon share of realized energy savings. Once the balance is paid off, you own the equipment and retain the energy savings. Our partnership with manufacturers and our association with ComEd's energy efficiency programs provides you access to products and programs designed specifically to make upgrading your lighting plan an affordable cost-saving option. Boyd Electric, the experience to retrofit your business with the finest LED alternatives. Contact me, Jim Boyd, at BoydElectric.com. That's BoydElectric.com.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
Maybe I'm foolish. We are back. I am Stephanie Trussell in for John Anthony, Black and Right. I hope you spend every Saturday, 1 to 3, running errands, going to the grocery store, dropping the kids off at sports or cheering them on at the sports, listening to 560. It's a lot easier nowadays with apps and you have your headphones. Back in the day when I would want to listen to talk radio, I'd have to sit in my car at the Jewel and wait for them to finish the segment before I could go in and grocery shop. But it's so much easier. You can follow them on Facebook. If you miss something, you can catch the podcast. So every Saturday, well, just no offense, not just Saturdays. 560 is the station. Again, Dan and Amy wake me up every morning. And when I talk to someone and they say, well, I didn't hear that. I don't listen to Dan and Amy. I'm just like, so what, how do you get up in the morning? I'm confused by that. Tell me you're not watching local news or, Good Morning America. There's nothing good about what they have on there. 560 is the station. Tune in there. That's where you hear what's happening in Illinois. And we want to be positive. We want to say, hey, guys, don't give up on this great state. There are a lot of good people willing to fight, and we need to find. We're going to get to these callers. Jim and Alex, don't move. But Jan is very good. She knows so much about challenging school boards because that's so important. And we're still talking a little bit about we'll talk about voter integrity. But what gets me is that we go to these school boards, we're watching it, and parents are getting up saying, this is facts, and these children aren't affected, this is going on, and they just lay it out. Kids are playing with their friends all summer, no mask, sleepovers, just hanging out. I go to the park with my granddaughter and my niece the other day, even me with the Trump T-shirt. People weren't grabbing their kids, running away from us. Everybody piled in, trying to get to the water fountain, trying to get to the slide. But we're going to tell little kids that they're going to have to sit 6 feet apart at lunch. Okay, how can you whisper and share stories and talk about whatever if they're 6 feet apart? We're going to tell them that they have to wear a mask all day. How are you going to learn how to read when you can't read the teacher's lips and you don't know if a kid is happy or sad or whatever? You've lived your life, and these arrogant school board members, and some of them don't even have kids in the district anymore, and they live there and they pay taxes. They're certainly entitled to be on the school board. But are you serious that these kids can't be kids and just play? Because if they keep talking about the science, liberals love science, but the science shows in the fact that kids are not affected by this like adults. And it is what it is. We don't know why, but it is. When COVID went through my house the second time, my granddaughter had a fever for like 5 minutes. Her parents were knocked out. And that's just what it is. I mean, she was up, and if you talk to Sadie today, she'll say, oh, I was fighting something. I mean, yeah, it was COVID. But anyway, let the kids be kids, guys. And we have to, how dare them, the power that they are, enacting, just like JB, deciding that certain businesses weren't essential. We're taking the power away from you. You have to co-parent with big government now. This is unacceptable. Now is a time, such a time as this. If we had revolutions and just uproars over the price of tea and not being representative, how are we going to let them just tell our kids that they can't be free? 312-642-5600. Talk about Let Them Rest. What is it called again?
Oh, on a new election integrity initiative is trying to get dead voters off the rolls. So it's Let Them Rest in Peace. If people go to our Facebook page and our election integrity website, they'll find it. And it's something everyone can pitch in. We go straight to federal law. We don't depend on Illinois courts or Illinois judges, even though there's some good ones. We go straight and use the federal law to use the National Voter Rights Act, which was passed in 93, and it mandates in Section 8 that the voter rolls be kept clean. And so we've got all the instructions on our website. Go check it out. Everybody, all hands on deck. Let's get those dead people off the rolls.
Come on, guys. We can do this. We're going to go to one of my favorite callers. Everybody knows him. I don't care what state radio station you listen to. Left, right, center. He will call in. Jim from South Elgin. Welcome to Black and Right.
Well, ladies, it's a great afternoon hearing your wonderful voices on the air once again, and it's a party starting all over again.
Yeah, they're awesome. We got the band back together. Right.
That's right. Anyways, if anybody should be wearing a mask, it's our overweight governor because he eats too much.
I didn't say that. Jim did. No.
Well, I did, and I do. You know what? And I've never been more angry in my life. I've got a daughter that's 6 years old. I called the superintendent, and he called me back at the District 301 Burlington out in Western Elgin. I said, I'm not going to have my kid in school with a face diaper on all day long. I said, this is stupid. It's not needed. I said, other states aren't doing this. I said, why don't you guys become a sanctuary, school district, just like we have sanctuary cities that don't, do things that they should be doing, like in the city of Chicago. Why don't you just ignore these mandates? Because I'm telling all the parents that I talk to, keep your kids out of school. Let's go on strike. Let's have a revolution. Keep these kids out of school. Make a statement. Don't let your kids go to school. Keep them home. Homeschool them. And I think a week or two goes by with zero attendance or very little. I think things will change.
Thank you, Jim. It's always a pleasure. Only cutting you off. I want to get to Alex really quick before we end the segment. And don't move because Charles Love is up next to tell us what he's going to talk about tomorrow. Hey, Alex, you're on with Black and Right. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Real quick comment. I had a law professor who used to always tell us it's not a conspiracy, it's exactly how it looks. If you look at what DeSantis did in Florida, once he got rid of the election official in Broward County, their results are in at 7:30 every election day. As soon as the water leak went on in Fulton County in Atlanta, they covered the windows in Philadelphia. My wife looked at me and said, that's the election.
There we go.
We're going to steal it.
We know exactly how it works. Thank you, Alex. That music means that it is time for a quick break. Charles Love, who has a show on 560 every Sunday, is going to tell us next what he's talking about tomorrow. 312-642-5600.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I think this stuff works. I don't seem to have the highs and the lows. You know how sometimes you get real slow and low during the day, and I'm a type A guy, so I go a lot. And I'm more alert, and it seems like I don't seem to feel famished. And it's not very expensive. And the idea of having that freeze-dried or that nutrient in that capsule, and who's going to eat all those vegetables? You know, most of us don't eat right anyway. So whatever the science behind this, I think Balance of Nature is a great idea. And I'm going to probably stay with it until I drop.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
In retirement, it's all about income, your money making money, while still controlling your principal. If your portfolio has recently taken a big hit, you're not set up for retirement income. We're Crystal Lake Tax, and that's what we do. We position portfolios to generate retirement income. To learn how it's done, join Amazon best-selling author Michael Stewart for the Retirement Success Blueprint every Sunday afternoon at 2.
Meet Tim.
Hey, what's up?
He's the person you hired for your digital marketing, and when he's done battling aliens on his PS5 in his parents' basement, he'll get right to work. Now, meet the team at Salem Surround.
What's up?
Hi. These are the people who are passionate about your success and will work 24/7 to deliver real customers to you and your business. Why would you trust your digital marketing to one person when you can hire a whole team? Get nationwide experience, resources, and results.
Learn more about Salem Surround at surroundchicago.com.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Hello, it's not John Anthony, but he's off today, and he was kind enough to allow me, Stephanie Trussell, to be in for him, and I brought along Carol Davis and Jan Shaw. Up next is a host from 560, and I hope every Sunday you remember to tune in from 11 to 1 to the Charles Love Show. Very different talks, not necessarily you think, I've been listening to talk radio all week. What could he say on a Sunday? Not all of politics, a lot of policy, a lot of things about education. And you talk about, what do you talk about again, Charles? Remind me.
Well, thanks for having me. Mostly, I'm all about solutions.
Solutions, exactly. And we certainly need those. But I got to tease Charles because he's one of those people that fled. He's in the who moves from Chicago to New York City like, I'm being punished, but I need more punishment. I want to pay more taxes and whatever. But so really quick before we get into the meaty stuff of what you're talking about tomorrow, who has the best food after a year or so, Charles? And I know a lot of things were closed down, but Chicago has better food than New York City, right? Am I right in assuming that?
I'm sorry?
Chicago has better food than New York, correct? I'm just assuming.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to joke that I haven't actually been in New York because when I moved to New York, COVID hit a couple weeks later and everything shut down. So I'm just sitting in my lonely room. So, it looks like Chicago to me.
Well, okay. So what's the difference? Well, tomorrow, and again, as I said, every Sunday from 11 to 1, and you need to listen to the Charles Love Show. But if you go to the podcast app, whatever you use, and you hit subscribe, the moment that 560 uploads that podcast, so if you missed anything, you can listen to it without commercials. So tell everybody if they tune in tomorrow, who are the guests and what are the topics?
Well, tomorrow I have a couple interesting people, some true Americans that are both immigrants, talking about in different ways, the dangers of, the government control and communism and what they're concerned about seeing what's happening here and what it reminds them of. So I have Lily Tang Williams talking about growing up in communist China. And then following her is Rebecca Koffler. She has a book out called Putin's Playbook, talking about what Putin is trying to do in America. But, there's a piece where we talk about the culture. She grew up behind the Iron Curtain, and we talk about what the similarities are there to what the far left are trying to do to us here.
Very good. And all we heard was Russia, Russia, Russia when our dear President Trump was in office. And it seems to me that people are not paying attention to what's really going on with our current administration in Russia and China. Well, I would love to have you tell everybody about your next great project. I've already purchased the book. I pre-ordered it. Talk about your book. I think it's fascinating and very timely, and it's great that you were able to get this book out. So tell everybody the title and what the subject is.
Well, the title of the book, again, is Race Crazy. BLM 1619 and the progressive racism movement. It's like we see what's going on. The people with common sense can see and hear that there's a problem. They're telling us everything's fine and they're going to fix things, but we know progressive racism is the same old racism packaged up in with a bow and a kind of box. But, if you're pushing differences and saying some are better than others, because you change who you're saying is better and who is worse doesn't change the fact that it's bad. And what's different about the book is I pointed out in their own words. So there's a lot of quotes specifically from the 1619 Project. There's a chapter on every essay. There's quotes from BLM and all the whole movement and people that you haven't heard. So everybody heard the Western subscribed family piece, but there's a lot more that's really damaging to America. So I talk about that. And I want to make sure that I tell people when I talk about solutions that they know about the citizenship challenge I'm doing with the Coolidge Foundation, trying to teach kids civics because they don't really know what's going on. They don't know how the government is run, yet they're complaining about it.
Very good point. And it's just so timely. And I believe last week you had someone on talking about CRT. That's something that we can't hear enough about because when you hear the left, they keep telling us it's just the Republican talking point. It's not really being taught. And we have to know that they use different phrasing, equity, social emotional learning. So this is a book that you must pick up just to be able to combat people because we know that BLM changed their website. From in the beginning, they were very honest about who they are and what they are. And this is great that you'll have an opportunity to read this book. But there's another book right now with some of your writings that's out and selling very well. Could you can share with the listeners?
Yes, the 1776 Unites. We put out a book of all the essays from the scholars. I am one of, and I made the cut, so I'm in the book.
You left Chicago and became a scholar. I guess it was things are looking up for you. Right.
Yeah, and the book was #1 on Amazon for a few weeks, and that's including all the conservatives who love us and didn't want to buy it because they didn't want to buy from Amazon. But yeah, we still hit #1, and that was cool being in the bestseller. And they ran out, so I think when they got more in, it continued to sell. And it's just various essays from myself and Shelby Steele, Ian Rowe, and Will Riley, and Bob Woodson, Carol Swain, all the members of the 1770. Latasha Fields.
Oh my gosh, Chicago's very own. Love her.
People there. Yeah. So it's a great book. Pick that up. You can pre-order mine. It doesn't come out to November, but it's available for pre-order. And check out the show, the Charles Love Show, tomorrow. And you'll get some great guests. Go to subscribe to the podcast and listen to the old episodes. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I was at Downers Grove School District board meeting in '99. A parent got up talking about CRT and combating it, and she held up the 1776 book and said, I'm donating this to the school district because they had been buying Ibram Kendi's book and all that. and just saying, hey, and I wanted to get up and yell, oh, I know Charles and Latasha, they're in the book. But it's so great that we have we have people in our packaging with a different view than 1690, a solution to what they're saying or an opposition to what they're saying. And just, I'm telling you guys, now it's such a time as this. They're hunting our children, and we need to stay on top of it. And we need to always tune in to 560. The hosts are phenomenal and give me out information that you won't hear anywhere else. Tune in tomorrow, 11 o'clock to 1. Charles Love, thank you very much for taking time from your busy schedule to call in.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Hey, guys, we come up next. We will talk more with Jan and Carol talking about don't flee, Illinois. Stay here and fight. We have a state to save. Back after this.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. That's right, designed to heal, and now I agree. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor for Pete and Seth selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. That's correct. Each of the 4 ingredients deal with inflammation on a different metabolic pathway. That right there. Approaching your pain from 4 different angles may very well be why so many Americans find such wonderful pain relief. If you have back pain, shoulder, neck, hip, knee, or foot pain from exercise or even just getting older, you must order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. I think it could. Give your body what it needs to heal itself. Go to ReliefFactor.com. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
If you have school-age children, then you're thinking about summertime, not back-to-school season. But before you know it, it'll be time to go back to school. Can you say with confidence you know what school will look like for your child this fall? Will they be back in the classroom 5 days a week? What about masks? Well, thousands of private school students were in person in school for this past school year, and will be again next year. If you've ever thought about private school but didn't think you could afford it, think again. The most affordable way to send your child to a private school is through halfpriceschools.com. Right now, vouchers are available for 50% off the normal tuition for private schools across Chicagoland. Go to halfpriceschools.com, search for a private school near you, and purchase a voucher today. Then prepare to send your child back to school this fall, in classroom, to a school that you can trust. Visit halfpriceschools.com today. That's halfpriceschools.com.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
I kind of want to let the music play. This is awesome. I'm Stephanie Trussell in for John Anthony with Carol Davis and Jan Shaw. And I have to thank super producer Pete. He is phenomenal. He's been doing this a long time. He's given us like this little tutorial, telling us what buttons to press, what not to press. We don't want to blow up anything. He's amazing. He's making this sound like a radio show. And I was relying on muscle memory. It had been quite some time since I had an opportunity to be on the radio. I'm having so much fun. I don't know, guys. I was telling the ladies on the way in that I still have this T-shirt that reads, "Don't racially profile me. I've never voted for Obama." It's time for me to update my T-shirt. I just want to I did not vote for Biden. I did not vote for what's going on. And I just want to clarify because people might profile me in this packaging because a lot of folks that look like me just go in and vote for D. And I have been championing it for the longest time. If we voted our values, we'd be okay. And so, oh my goodness, that and just how many months since January 20th, this man he's trying to ruin our country from within, ladies. Say something. Help me out. Am I crazy?
First thing he did was cancel that pipeline.
Because I love paying $100.
And so gas prices go up.
Yeah, immediately paying $100, prices that you haven't seen in so long.
And then he put up the ads for the folks south of the border that the gates are going to be open. Come on in.
You know, now legal people that are coming with a passport that have been vaccinated coming from Europe, don't you, not up in here, but come across the border where you listen to the mayor of McAllen, Texas, talk about 7,000 illegals. This is a town about the size of Naperville. Can you imagine 7,000 people coming into your town, and then 16% of them at least testing positive for COVID, and once they test positive, you can't send them out. You can't. What do you do with that?
Well,
How
you were
dare
down
you?
there not a couple of years ago.
I
You
was
saw
down there
firsthand.
Yeah, and I know exactly. And when I feel like I'm qualified to be vice president because I've actually been to the border, whereas Kamala, TT, everybody's favorite auntie, has just been governing from a distance. I don't understand. How can we talk about variance? How can we talk about numbers going up if we're not sealing the border? It just makes no sense.
They're taking these people across the border, giving them a shower, and putting them on either a bus or a plane, or having somebody come pick them up and take them to God knows where.
We don't know.
And could that be part of the reason we're seeing more COVID cases?
Exactly. And where is real journalism? We know it's been dead for a while. If this were the other way around, they'd have people following the migrants coming over, and they were sent on the Greyhound to this place, and look at what Trump is doing. And they still are suffering from the effects of Trump derangement syndrome, because, CNN numbers are down. They still, even my favorite socialist, one of my kids, texts me constantly about Trump. I'm like, the man is not president anymore. Joe Biden is going to save us. Let's just talk about how wonderful Joe Biden is. And I don't know about you ladies, I posted this, it's cricket season. All those people that were big mouths, we have to vote for Biden because Orange Man is bad. Can't get one word out of them now about Biden. They don't talk about, he's so awesome. I love paying so much more money for my gas. And they suddenly, they're apolitical. They don't post anything political because they can't say anything positive about this man. It is the scariest thing ever just to watch what he's doing. And Pelosi, drunk with power. She wants to pay for all abortions. She wants you as a Christian, as a Muslim, or whatever you believe in the real science that a baby is a baby from conception. She wants you to pay for abortions on demand.
Oh, and this infrastructure bill that they're cramming through.
Mm-hmm.
And, Biden's poll numbers are tanking.
Horrible.
Why would the Republicans in the Senate prop him up by
Bipartisan.
passing such an obscene bill? There's a tiny fraction of it is going to actual infrastructure, and the rest is going to the left-wing slush funds.
It is unbelievable. Trump gave us a blueprint. He showed you how to govern and just look, this is me. This is what I want to do. You coming with me? Let's go. We're going to do this. These Republicans that are just, I don't know what are they trying to do? Be friends? You can't be friends with Democrats. Just stop it. Stop trying it. You were sent there to fight the fight. What they're doing now, I don't even, it's unbelievable. We're living some horror movie, some science fiction movie where people are willingly giving up their freedom. Please, government, just keep me safe. Okay, you can't really keep me safe, but make me think you're keeping me safe. And when I give you my freedoms, will you give them back to me when this is over? Ha ha, good luck with that. I'm Stephanie Trussell. Darren Bailey, state senator, wants to save the great state of Illinois. He is up next. 312-642-5600. It is a pleasure. John Anthony, take care. Enjoy your day off. I'm so happy to be here with Jan Shaw and Carol Davis talking about positive things. And after, we know we got to get Mark in. Mark, he's waving at me on Facebook Live, telling me to stop waving my arms. But I'm back right after.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
The infrastructure package moves forward. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. The $1 trillion infrastructure bill is a step closer to passage after the Senate voted to clear a procedural hurdle. Some want to pass the measure quickly, but opponents could stretch out the process. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
The American people need roads, bridges, ports, and airports to build their businesses, build their families, and build their lives. Republicans and Democrats have radically different visions these days, but both those visions include physical infrastructure that works for all of our citizens.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer today said he'll keep the Senate in session until the bill is passed. The Albany County Sheriff says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo could face misdemeanor charges if investigators substantiate a criminal complaint filed this week. A woman alleges the governor groped her breast at his state residence. Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple.
This is obviously a very high-profile investigation. There's a lot of information out there. We have a lot of fact-finding to do. We have a lot of interviews to do. And you know what? I'm not going to rush it because of who he is, and I'm not going to delay it because of who he is. We're going to conduct a very comprehensive investigation.
The governor denies groping the woman. The Dixie Fire in Northern California is threatening more than 10,000 buildings after destroying nearly 200 already. Fire officials say it's the largest current wildland blaze in the nation and the third largest in recorded California history. Texas Democrats still refusing to return to the state capitol. Most didn't show up when Republican Governor Greg Abbott opened a special session today, the GOP's third attempt to pass new election laws in Texas. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, cloudy, warm and humid with a low 74. Tomorrow, some sun, then turning cloudy and humid. Turning breezy in the afternoon with a heavy thunderstorm late. Risk for severe thunderstorms at night with a high 90. And Monday, mostly cloudy with a thunderstorm or two and a high of 83. Plan with confidence. Download the redesigned AccuWeather app today. I'm Gregory Patrick on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
The late, great Winston Churchill said, "A nation that forgets its past has no future."
Listen, to all you manufacturing companies out there, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Coolshar from Automated Systems. Automated Systems is a software and system integration company that specializes in companies that are required to meet the FDA numerous compliances and requirements. Automated Systems will create a custom solution for your business that will make your production lines, your facilities, and your plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. From Fortune 500 companies to garage startups, ASI delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. If you own a business and need design or process engineering or testing, I encourage you to call my friend Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit hireasi.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or online at hireasi.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
If your hearing aids are 2 years old or older, you may be missing out on the huge advancement in hearing aid technology now available with Lively Hearing Aids. Switching to Lively Hearing Aids is like going from this to this. You'll be amazed at the difference. Our rechargeable hearing aids last up to 30 hours without a charge. Bluetooth enabled, they can stream music and calls directly through your hearing aids. And adjustable settings in the Lively app put you in control of your hearing. If you've been waiting to replace your current hearing aids because of the cost, the price of Lively Hearing Aids will be music to your ears. Lively Hearing Aids cost half the price of most hearing aids, and they're backed by a 100-day money-back guarantee. Try Lively today risk-free for 100 days and save $100 at listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
A software engineer 3 is sought by the Internet Truck Stop in Fox River Grove, Illinois to design, develop, and maintain responsive web apps throughout code lifecycle to meet product and customer needs. Must have relevant education and experience. Send 2 resumes and cover letter, no calls, to the attention of Katya Cox, 222 North Plymouth Avenue, New Plymouth, Idaho 83655 and reference number 9075.042.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot.
Welcome back. It's the second hour of Black and Right. John Anthony's taking a day off today. He allowed me, Stephanie Trussell, crazy grandma, driving around in DuPage County, screaming at her radio, And I brought along two of the most just brilliant women that I know when it comes to politics in Illinois, Jan Shaw, Carol Davis, and for all those that are thinking about your exit plan, you're Googling how much it costs to get a U-Haul to get out of this place as soon as that last kids graduate. Before you do that, put that on pause, because there is hope for the great state of Illinois. It is such a pleasure, for the first time ever, having the opportunity to interview on air. State Senator Darren Bailey wants to be the next governor for the great state of Illinois. If you guys remember, when JB was just ruling like a king, Dan Bailey stood up and said, "You can't do that." It is my pleasure to welcome to Black and Right the next governor of the great state of Illinois, Dan Bailey. Welcome to the show.
Hey, bless you, Stephanie. It's an absolute honor to be here.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? We got to talk about these masks. Oh, my goodness. We look at Florida and other states that are going to let people be adults and make their own decisions. And I just think, wow, wouldn't that be nice? I do, really quick, I listen to Phoenix Talk Radio Monday through Fridays, and sometimes I forget that I'm listening to Phoenix, and they'll say, oh, the governor is allowing, he's not going to do a state mandate, and I get excited. I was like, wait, I'm listening to Phoenix Radio, not Illinois. I'm in occupied Illinois. Tell us, what are your thoughts on this mask mandate?
Well, first of all, days of freedom are coming. We got 15 minutes for that, and things are going to change here in Illinois, and I know that for a fact because all over the state, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it from downtown Chicago. I just was at an event at Greenville, and I'm headed over to Alton this evening at Godfrey. People are sick and tired of this, and they ask me when these mandates are going to end. And I tell them they're going to end when you stop following them. The governor has absolutely no authority behind all of these idle threats and executive orders. And this is the crazy part of it. You know, even with the schools right now, he's threatening, personal lawsuits. He's threatening lawsuits against the school boards, none of which can happen. He's threatening of pulling funds out of the districts. And actually, some school districts have actually received a letter from the Illinois State Board of Education threatening the revocation of their charters. People are standing up and they say, what do we do? I say, push him in the corner, make him pull the doggone funding, make him revoke some charters. Let's see how well that's going to go, because I assure you it's not going to go well at all. We, the people, have got to stand up and say enough is enough. And again, Stephanie, if you need the vaccine and you want the vaccine, by all means get it. My office has helped hundreds of people in our district who were scared, afraid, and maybe needed it to get it. But for a government to mandate, no, those days are dangerous for us. And government should be educating and informing. The Illinois Department of Public Health should be displaying the facts, which they have done absolutely none of that. Not even any state legislators, even the ones up in your area. None of them have ever received any data, any facts to which they continually stand up and claim. We've asked for them continually for a year and a half now, and nothing's been provided. So we're on some interesting ground. So I just simply tell people, stand up, take your freedoms. Freedom isn't free. We've got a lot of brave men and women that have served our nation, in times of wartime and peace. God bless them. They were serving to protect our freedom. They were serving to protect our right to vote. But today, we've got a duty that equals this, and it's to stand up against this madness and this nonsense and say enough's enough, and not letting one person, do what this tyrant's doing.
Hey, Darren, this is Jan. I first became well aware of you when you sued. We had the Bailey versus Pritzker in court, and you won it round one. Whatever happened to that thing? I've kind of lost track of it.
Absolutely. So the case has never been dismissed or overturned. That judgment is still into effect. The only thing that has changed, so first and foremost, we have the option of holding the governor in contempt, and not going along with the, many of the 7 points of which we sued on. The situation in November, the Second Court of Appeals up in your area, they did indeed rule on a different case that the governor could indeed go ahead and issue as many executive orders as he wanted. So like I said, we've got the option of reopening the case to sue against that, or to appeal that decision, or to hold him into contempt, all of which is going to cost money. But interestingly enough, all of which I believe is absolutely unnecessary because, again, the governor has absolutely no means to enforce any of these executive orders. And how I know that is because basically he relegated it down to the local county level. All of a sudden now we're finding out how important it is to have a Republican or a conservative-minded county board because they are the ones that, in fact, place the people in the health department. We're finding out how important it is to have a Republican or a conservative-minded state's attorney and a sheriff because essentially the buck stops with them. So that's essentially what he did. He went to the city councils, he went to the counties, and he said, here, you guys need to be making your own rules, and you enforce this, of which, is indeed legal. So nothing of which coming from him has any enforcement. He's busted it down to the local level, and that's why in 2022 we have got to have every electable position in the state of Illinois filled with the conservative, freedom-minded individuals.
Oh, we agree. We are talking to State Senator Darren Bailey, candidate for the great state of Illinois, wants to be a governor. Tell people that aren't familiar with you a little bit about you. You're very present on social media and the bus tours, and what's your background, and just you love the great state of Illinois. You want people to give it a second thought before you go ahead and make those plans to move to Tennessee. Tell them why they should stay here in Illinois.
Well, first and foremost, Tennessee, Florida, and Texas are amazing states. Missouri and Indiana are amazing states. But here's the deal. You flee what we're dealing with right here, I assure you it's coming. It's coming. Illinois is the hotbed for all this stuff, even above and beyond New York, New Jersey, and California. So you need to stand your ground. You need to fight, and we need to end it here in Illinois. So I'm a lifelong farmer. I've had to work and sweat for every penny I've ever earned. I've served for 17 years on a local Board of Education, married to the woman of my dreams for 35 years. A week ago, we celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary.
Great picture, by the way. That was an awesome picture on Facebook. It was you two were too cute.
Well, thank you. We have 4 children, 3 sons, 1 daughter. 3 sons farm with me. My daughter serves with Cindy as administrator of Full Armor Christian Academy. So after I got off of the school board, really we have an amazing school district down here, but kind of a rural, large area, and we realized there was a need for a Christ-centered education. We began that endeavor, and that grew into Full Armor Christian Academy, which we have right now, and almost 200 students, pre-K through high school. So my daughter serves with Cindy as administrator for that. We farm 12,000 acres, corn, soybeans, and wheat, have a trucking company, and an excavating business. So my 3 sons, they pretty well oversee that. And in 2017, I was just living life, working, serving in the church, the community, in our Christian school. And, all of a sudden I realized that my state representative, the most conservative district in the state, voted for the budget, which really the only purpose of the budget was a 32% tax increase. I got concerned about that. That was all done over the July 4th weekend of 2017. And started looking into it, and same thing I'm doing now. I just kind of started sharing what I was discovering. I had been checked out of politics, and I've got 14 families that work on the farm with us. And when I figured out that what the money that this was going to siphon out of their pockets, I got frustrated, started sharing it. People that influence exponentially grew. People began to come to us and say, "Hey, why don't you represent us?" The last thing in the world, I knew I was in trouble, and I'd opened my mouth up too much. So we prayed, fasted, got many of our friends and family and churches in the area involved, and we realized that this was the journey that we needed to embark on, the journey that we believed God had before us. So we did. Served for 1 term as a state representative, and during that term, obviously won against the governor, stood up against the mask mandate in the House of Representatives in special session of 2020. And then our senator decided to step down, and people love the way that we, conduct ourselves and do constituent services here. And then they began to come again and say, "Hey, represent us as senator, double your capacity. You can do this." And again, I've term limited myself to 10 years, in any position as a state representative and as a senator. So I did, won that easily. And then here we are. Cindy and I traveled across the state after the lawsuit win. People were coming out of out of the woodworks, and we realized there was something bigger on the horizon for us.
You are speaking to the heart of so many people in the great state of Illinois. Tell everybody how they can follow you, how they can contribute, how they can work for you.
Thank you, Bailey for Illinois, BAILEY for Illinois.com. Look us up on our webpage. You can invite us to your event. You can sign up as a volunteer. You can donate. You can find out everything you need to know about us, but especially on Facebook.
Okay.
Look us up there.
Great presence. Well, thank you. My cheeks are hurting from smiling. What you said, I know, resonates with so many people. And we're here to fight for the great state of Illinois. That means that we're out of time. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you were able to squeeze us in today.
Thank you.
Thank you. 312-642-5600. Back after this.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
What do you think the government would do? I mean, they couldn't shut down Facebook.
They could break them up. I'm not talking about regulating Facebook. I'm talking about cultural norms and what norms you'd like to see reflected in some of the most influential institutions in our society. Who determines who are the bad ones? Who determines who are the credible ones? A small group of people at Facebook influenced by the federal government?
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm an old guy who takes really good care of himself. When I found your product, I was really glad because if the fruits and vegetables aren't available in the stores, this product is there. But also for the emergency storage situation, if it should be needed when fresh fruits and vegetables are not available through the supply chain. So I'm 75 years old, and, I pump iron, walk 5 miles up hills. I feel a lot younger than I actually am, and Balance of Nature has something to do with that.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code Chicago.
Hi, it's Sean. As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their lives. He didn't stop by just creating the best pillow. Mike created the new Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. He found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. The Giza Dream Sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty, and come in a variety of sizes and colors. The first night you sleep on them, you'll never want to sleep on anything else. I know this because that's exactly how I felt. Check out the special offer on Giza Dream Sheets just for you. You will receive a 2-for-1 low price with free shipping. Call 800-489-0201. Use the promo code LIBERTY. Or go to mypillow.com. And again, make sure to use my promo code LIBERTY. The number again is 1-800-489-0201. Promo code LIBERTY.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
We are back. I'm Stephanie Trussell, crazy wife, grandma, patriot, riding around DuPage County just making a fist at the light, especially since January 20th, trying to understand how did we get here. It's just such a time as this, and that's why we need good people to stand up. You're sitting around, you've got that coffee clutch, and you have tea every once in a while, or just your group of people that started texting as a result of this pandemic. These are the people that you reach out to and you say, hey, you should run for school board. hey, you should do something and run for state rep, state senator, because as I said before, we have an improper fraction down there in Springfield, 73 Democrats versus 45 Republicans. That's not fair. That's not even. You know what the results of that is. We're living what the results are. Super majority. Could you imagine just feeling like Superman? There's nothing we can't do. We can pass anything because we have super majority. What are you going to do? You're going to do something about it. You're going to whine about it. You're going to cry about it. We need to get together. And you know who those people are that are good leaders. I was at my school board recently, and there was a mom who came to support. And while we're waiting for the meeting to start, she's just rattling off all these stats. And I said, are you speaking today? She said, no. I said, are you kidding me? You grab a blue card woman and you fill this out. And as she was preparing to go up to the podium, I thought, oh, no, I forced this woman up there. She was phenomenal. And I was like, you were going to sit here and not share that information. Not that it mattered, because the superintendent and the school board ruled how they wanted to rule anyway. But you know those people that are passionate, that just need a little bit of a push. They need to run. Someone that's going to look out for the children, someone that's looking out for your tax money, because if the schools are very important. Even if your kids aren't in school and you want to sell your house, if they make the schools horrible, how are you going to sell your house to get out of here? But we don't want you to get out of here. If you missed that last segment, Darren Bailey wants to do something about what's happening in the state of Illinois. And we can't send that man down to Springfield by himself. You need to send some of your neighbors to stand up and fight for the wonderful land of Lincoln. Jan Shaw and Carol Davis are here. Art from Midway. He has been on the line quite some time. And I tell you, I love Art. When I was doing Sunday night radio years ago, and it could be sad. It's 2 minutes before midnight, and I'm just like, kind of, getting tired. And there's Art calling in. Never it fails. He will find me. I don't care where I am. Welcome to Black and Right. We're so happy that John Anthony thought of me and allowed me to come in to talk to you guys for a couple hours.
Yes, it's great to hear you, Jan and Carol, too.
Hi, Art.
So I wanted to comment that the upper class, like the Obamas are having like their birthday bash with A-listers and superintendents. Yeah. These are people from the upper class. Mm-hmm. They don't care about the middle class. This is why you get illegals being moved to middle class neighborhoods. They're not going to.
They're not coming to Martha's Vineyard, right? You don't get a busload of. You're not rules for thee. Rules for thee, not for me. Exactly. So I guess Obama supposedly. Cut down his 500 people soiree because he got a little pushback from people where they're telling people you can't have more than 3 people at grandma's funeral. But this man is throwing some hoity-toity, just blind to what's happening. And it's all about me. And I guess he still thinks people just love him so much that he was going to get away with that. And so I think they're still tunneling them in under that tent. What do you think?
Well, he needs to be here in Chicago fixing the crime problem.
Hello,
he should be going across the nation fixing the crime problem.
He was a community organizer. That's what he was billed as, and he supposedly organized some communities. You know what? When I would say that to people when I was back in the days, whatever, they would say he's too busy. He's president. He doesn't have time to worry about his hometown. I think he's got a little time. If he could be a producer for Netflix, I think he's got a little time to address the fact, guys, we hear again that improper fraction every Monday. How many shot, how many killed, and we can't get used to that a little bit. But now, over 100 children have been shot under the age of 12, I believe, so far in the state of Illinois, in Chicagoland. They're shooting children now, and what is it gonna take for people to say this is unacceptable? We can't. What are we gonna do better? We come out every Monday, and again, thank you, Art. We have the poor little police chief. He gets dragged out, even though he did supposedly, I guess, a great job in Dallas, and that's why we brought him here. I don't know about Jan and Carol. I always think, how many police officers do we have, and we can't promote from within? They bring these people from other places that don't know, or maybe I can't believe that it's so corrupt that they feel they have to bring somebody in. But what's
exactly?
The
they need to bring someone,
fresh
on the front.
That doesn't. Nobody sent.
Frankly, I think the guy that's the head of the Chicago Police Union now, that guy is great.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Yeah. But to quote somebody we all wake up with in the morning, Chicago isn't broke. It's fixed.
Hello, and exactly, and and Dan Prof lives in Chicago, and a lot of us grew up there. My heart is still there. It's a great city, guys. I grew up just taking the Jackson bus to go down on Michigan Avenue. I took dance lessons on Michigan Avenue. We would go to the movies downtown. Now, when I go down there and I see plywood and boarded up, and some of the most, these architecture, and they say we're second to New York. I want to believe that we're first. I love the gargoyles and just the buildings and what it means to be in Chicago. And now we're afraid to go down there. What are we going to do? People in the middle of the day now are getting carjacked. And when they wouldn't let those kids go back to school, and suddenly the average age for carjackers was 15 and 16, you think the kids aren't in school? What do you think they're going to do? And these 12-year-old carjackers, the gangs know that these children won't be charged with a felony because they're young. They'll do whatever and let them back out. But we know Kim Fix, she lets people out. I don't know what you got to do for her to really come down hard on you. And I heard someone say, out in DuPage County, if you carjack, they charge you with a felony. And on the liberal station, oh, they're racist out there. So that's racist to think that only the carjackers are black. I'm like, are you kidding? I want everybody to know we don't play out here in DuPage County. Seriously, you come out here messing around, we have an amazing sheriff. They're going to put the long hammer of the law down on you because what's going on in Chicago is completely unacceptable. It's very scary. Again, a city that I love. I want to get to these two last callers here. 312-642-5600. Mark is up next after the break. You guys cannot miss his report. Hey, Catherine, you in Schaumburg. Welcome to Black and Right.
I'm in DuPage. I'm a racist, I guess. Stephanie, miss listening to you, and good afternoon to everyone there. I thought I'd sneak in this opportunity to hopefully ask this question. I hope it isn't stupid, but in this state, are we dealing with Dominion voting machines? As
Yes.
I hold my breath waiting for this our next elections.
Yes. Well, it's up to each county clerk or election authority to choose the voting equipment along with the consent of their county board. So DuPage right now is in the process of looking at new voting equipment, folks.
What?
And we need all hands on deck to advise us how to tackle this. So we need to go back to paper.
What's the country with the blue finger? Like I voted, just simple, plain, no fancy, funny business. Right? Yeah.
So we do. Yes, we have Dominion. It's all over. I think last I heard it was in 38 states.
Unbelievable.
38 states.
And it's in several counties in Illinois, and I know it was in Cook and in DuPage. I don't remember any of the others. I agree with Carol. Your vote, if you really wanted to count, vote on Election Day on paper. The other ones, it should count, but we're trusting them to secure those votes properly.
Hey, guys, I'm so happy I have time to have Tracy join us, another brilliant lady that knows a lot about what's going on in the politics in Illinois. Hey, Tracy, welcome to Black and Right.
Hey, how are you, Stephanie?
Awesome.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So good to join
Hi, Tracy.
you. And, hey, thanks for a great show, and thanks for the work you are all doing. What a great conversation today, and certainly enjoy hearing from your guests. And yeah, thanks for giving me a couple of minutes today to talk about something really good and positive that's coming up.
You got a minute and 20 seconds. Go.
I'm going to make it quick. So not many people know that September 17th is Constitution Day. And we've been celebrating it since 2004, or at least it's acknowledged here in the United States. Last year, the St. Charles Veterans Center decided to host a ceremony to honor Constitution Day. And in this second year, they have charged me with putting forth the first annual U.S. Constitution B in Illinois. So we're inviting students in grades 8 through 12 to go online to our site, usconstitutionb-il.org, and have these kids register to participate for prizes and scholarship money. It's going to be held on September 19th at the Historic Arcata Theater in downtown St. Charles. Again, this is being presented by the St. Charles Veterans Center, the American Legion, and the AMVETS Post.
Thank you. I got to cut you off, not
Great
because
event.
what you're saying is not great. It's just that music means we're at a hard break. Thank you very much, Tracy. I will share that on my Facebook page. There is hope for Illinois. A Constitution Bee, it's so important. I think if these kids knew the Constitution, they wouldn't be so easily indoctrinated.
Sebastian Gorka here. I know you listen to my show every day. Now let's take it to the next level. The terrific Talkers VIP experience gives you the opportunity to meet me face to face. We'll fly you and a guest on a 3-night stay to meet me or one of our other national hosts. Enter up to once per day. I look forward to our time together in person.
To enter, go to 560theanswer.com/VIP. Sponsored by Crumweedy Home Pros. Go to homeisneedy.com.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. The $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill is still alive after surviving a procedural vote in the Senate today. Senate Democrats would like to pass it on this Saturday, but Republican leader Mitch McConnell won't rush things.
There are many outstanding amendments that are important that would improve this legislation and that deserve votes.
This legislation is not the so-called human infrastructure bill, which is much more expensive and faces united Republican opposition. More worries about the economic fallout from the Delta variant. Many companies may delay their return to work plans, and that could have a spillover effect.
Restaurants, businesses, dry cleaners that had been banking on the return of office workers coming back to their communities are now expecting a negative impact.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. America is listening to Fox News.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Small businesses are the backbone of America, and there's a lot we can learn from them. Listen to Building America and hear some of the most successful business owners and entrepreneurs across the Midwest discuss their challenges, successes, and pursuit of the American dream. Join David Bolanos every Sunday afternoon at 4:30 as he dives into what it takes to achieve the American dream. Go online to buildingamericanow.com to learn more and request to be featured on the show. Building America, Sunday afternoons at 4:30 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
What aren't we being told about the COVID-19 scenario, about covert climate engineering operations that are wreaking havoc with weather all over the world, about the totality of unfolding and accelerating global environmental collapse? If you're willing to face and investigate shocking verifiable realities that mainstream media sources and their distract and divide talking heads will never tell you, tune in to the commercial-free, non-political Global Alert News Hour, Saturdays at 4 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer. This is Dane Wigington from geoengineeringwatch.org.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-500-5588. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-500-5588 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-500-5588 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-500-5588.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back. I am Stephanie Trussell in for John Anthony, taking a much-deserved day off. He was kind enough to think of me, and I immediately thought of Carol and Jan just on the front line fighting for Illinois. Just when you're thinking it's hopeless, you don't even know what these ladies are doing. And any topic that I have a question about, we're on the group text. I ask them, and they'll send me, email me, text me, and they know because they're out there, as I said, doing the work that we need good people to do. We need everybody to do. They care about the great state of Illinois. So after I told Jan and Carol I was coming on, it was no question. I had to let Mark Weiermiller, the man on the street, back in the day, 100 years ago, when I was on the radio, he would call in every show to tell us what's going on in Illinois, conservative events, things that we can go to. So are you downtown, Mark, catching fly balls at the Cubs game or something?
Well, hello, Stephanie Trussell and Carol Davis and Jan Shaw. I am in Wrigleyville. I'm a block from the ballpark. Cubs are playing the Sox. It's a big deal. And it's great to be in Chicago, and I'm not leaving. I'm with you guys. I'm in here for the fight.
Very good. So wait, so the Cubs are down 2 games, or not that I really pay attention. I heard someone teasing someone. How are we looking? I'm a White Sox fan, only by default. My son makes everyone in our family be a White Sox fan. So how's it looking for White Sox?
Well, the Sox were winning 2-0 earlier, and now my internet's not working down here. There's so many people. There's 40,000 people in the neighborhood at the game. There's about 10,000 outside the park, and then 3 blocks away, the North Halstead Market Days are going with another probably 40,000 people. So Chicago's fully open. People are down here, no mask. Everyone's safe, and Chicago's open for business. So I'm not sure what's going on with these mandates and everything else. But people are down here. It's a beautiful day, too. It's pretty warm, 85 degrees.
I don't know. In Chicago, Mark, do you find more people compliant with the mask than you do in the suburbs?
People are wearing masks this week, and a lot of the stores are starting to take them, but people are fed up with it.
I know.
And it should, my opinion, a lot of people, it should be a personal choice. And if you don't feel safe, you stay at home. Otherwise, let us live our lives, especially kids. Kids need to be in school and no mask, and they need to if it's dangerous, they can stay home. So
yeah, just let the kids be kids. So as I said, you always would tell us about events you've attended, events coming up. And this is a season, this is important. I know sometimes we think the midterm elections aren't as important as others, but there are candidates that have already announced they want to run for state rep and for Senate and for U.S., But I don't know, Mark and Carol and Jan, who's running against our favorite senator, our other favorite senator, Tammy Duckworth? Are there any
Tammy
conservatives?
Duckworthless?
Worthless. Oh, love it. Are there any strong conservatives? Because just because I'm on social media doesn't mean I see everything. Is there a candidate that says I'm going after her and this is who we should support? Have you guys heard anything?
Well, several people have stepped up, but
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say I don't think there's anyone really strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to need someone strong and with lots of name recognition and lots of money.
Lots of money, because the Democrats will throw $1 million at a state rep position. They don't care. We knew we had the Madigan purse, and so they had that luxury. And so this is the time, but we got to be grassroots, and we just can't say, well, there's no way we can win. Well, as you said, Carol, if we don't show up, we're not going to win. So we need to fight. And I'm just feeling like just what makes that little old ant kind of thing. We can do this if we just get together and decide this is the person we're going to support, and hopefully we can find some good candidates. So, Mark, you let me shut up and let you give your report.
Well, I've got a bunch of events coming up. You can follow me and good conservative news at IllinoisReview.com. I write a piece called Where's Weiermiller, kind of like Where's Waldo. Franny started calling me that because I go to a lot of events. A lot of people know me for selfies, and I take pictures. I try to document who's there. But I'm involved in a lot of other things. I go to a lot of school board and village board meetings. I'm trying to get the Wilmette board to change the liquor laws so you can buy liquor past 10 p.m. till midnight. It's just a commerce thing. It's a small thing. And anybody can go to these board meetings and usually get to speak for 3 minutes. But on the political scene, going on like this couple weeks, let me rattle off about 6 things real quick. Monday, Darren Bailey's got a fundraiser on the Chicago River. If you want $100, if you want to support his campaign, message me or look for email me, and I'll give you more details on that. I'm going to the North Dearborn Garden Walk tomorrow in the neighborhood. That's a nonpartisan thing, but if you want to look at beautiful gardens and interact with people, it's going to be around Astor Street. You can walk by Pritzker's house over there on Astor and Burton if you want to see where he lives, next to that building where he
Well, we don't want to bother him at home. We want to protest him. We do it down at his office because he's entitled to a private life. And his family's not there anywhere. They're in Florida living under DeSantis, but go ahead.
He lives in a nice neighborhood, and they're going to show gardens down there. So it's a great event to see how great Chicago is. On Wednesday, August 11th, Dan Crenshaw, the congressman from Texas, is going to headline the Illinois GOP fundraiser out in Rosemont.
Wow.
That's like $125 if you want to donate to the Illinois GOP. On Monday, August 16th, the Northwest GOP is having a Lincoln Day dinner. Charlie Kirk is going to be I think he has a radio show on this.
Yeah, he's coming up. He's started Chicagoland's very own little kid, and Carol has a history with him, and it's great to see someone like him rising like he is and becoming a major player in this game.
Well, yeah, and that thing's at the again August 16th at the White Eagle Club or Banquet Hall in Niles, Illinois. So that's going to be a great event. Also, there's a planning meeting on this Thursday at the Union League. So that's coming up, yet another event. But you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And basically, I'm promoting freedom, liberty, and opportunity. So
well, we can't go wrong with that. That's a combination, a winning combination. Thank you, Mark, for your Man on the Street report. You never disappoint. We have one more segment, 312-642-5600. Back after this.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
You know, ever since I started taking it, I've really noticed a change in just how I feel. I feel really great all the time. You know how sometimes in the afternoon when you've been working, you just kind of feel drained or whatnot? Well, with taking the Balance of Nature, I don't feel that way. I feel like I have energy all day long. It's just great. It's a great product, and you guys have been great every time I've called. I mean, you guys are just wonderful, and I'm just so thankful that I found your product, and I'm thankful that I have it because, you know, I'll take it from now on because it makes me feel so great. It really does.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back. Well, sad time of the show. It's the last segment. I was so nervous, and I was relying on muscle memory and was hoping that I could do this thing. And again, it was no problem once I called Jan and Carol. I was like, all I have to do is just introduce these ladies, and they could talk for 2 hours. If you bump into these two ladies at the Jewel, your ice cream will melt because they can tell you about anything at any point, just on point. They're so just knowledgeable about Illinois. And what I love about them is their heart for doing what they do, and they're not funded by some, the Koch brothers aren't funding you ladies, are they?
I'm still waiting for that check.
I'm still
to
waiting
come
for that
through.
call. They always say that. When I won that silly contest years ago, people say, the Koch brothers must be paying you to say that. It's like, my number is, I'm going to say something a lot more conservative than what they would say. But no, you're doing it because you love Illinois. And I know Jan's grandchild is in California. I'm praying over that poor kid. But you have grandkids here in the great state of Illinois, so you're fighting for your grandkids.
I am,
And
it's just an everyday weight on every grandparent and every parent. But Stephanie, I'm seeing so many parents waking up now. Isn't that encouraging?
Showing up at these school board meetings where the room is filled and they're just speaking up because they were asleep. And I love my school. I live in a tiny town. The school board members are people that I could speak glowingly about, and I know them, and one of them was my boss at one point. So it breaks my heart, but we trusted them. But when they break the trust, we got to speak up and say, it's time for you to be replaced. And we need some other people that are actually going to put the kids first. And kids, our taxes, everything is at stake now, and we need to stand up and fight, and I am so inspired. Well, I want to get to these calls because people were so kind to tune in, and here it wasn't John Anthony and didn't run away. I'm so glad you guys hung in with us for these 2 hours. And the first caller up is Linda. And you know what? Hey, I'm so happy you called in, Linda, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never met Jan or Carol. Or maybe I would have met him eventually, but you invited me to that first meeting. Total stranger inboxed me and tells me I have to go to this meeting. And she could have been, crazy woman, just want to chop me up or something. I don't know, but something told me to go to that meeting, and that's where I first met. And if you meet Linda, she would never do that. She is my walking buddy at the Arboretum, and you need a Sherpa and a goat when you walk with her because we talk and walk, and it's 4 miles later, and we don't know where the time went. I'll shut up and let you talk, Linda. Thank you for calling.
Well, you guys are my hero. You guys are the real movers and shakers. I'm just kind of out here supporting you and being advocates. But what I wanted to mention was, long ago, I read a quote, something about pity the man who does nothing because he's afraid he can do too little. And I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly who said it or whatever. But I'm thinking, isn't that what about 30% of the people in our country are like right now? And it's sad to say a lot of them are my family. They think they can't do anything, so they do nothing.
Yeah.
So we have to continue to really talk to the people that are close to us and say, look, do your tiny little bit. Even if it's just talking to each other, sharing information, that is vital right now because we are literally at stage 4 in our cancer in this state and in this country. And if we don't take action, we're going to be
in trouble. If you think of the movement as a hand, even if you're the pinky, we need that pinky. We need you to get out there and just get our message out, talk to people, rally, get together. You don't have to be crazy, lunatic, whatever, just small movements to say, such a time as this is the time when our liberty, everything is literally at stake because they have control over. We're living in a state like Illinois. We've got federal government out of control, and then we have local government just crazy. And that's why I'm fighting so hard, telling everybody in DuPage County. Thank you, Linda.
Don't be intimidated by those who want to shut us up.
No, because that's the only way they can win, Linda. They have to
keep talking.
They have to shut us down. They have to change the rules. They have to cheat because in the free arena of just ideas and exchanging values, they can't win. They have to silence us. They have to put us in Facebook jail like me twice in a couple months. I stay in Facebook jail. I don't even. But I'm trying to be nice because I don't want them to take away all my pictures and my memories and people inviting me to family reunions. So they've got me over a barrel for now. Hey, P. Ray from Chicago, from Austin, where everybody else flee. She's a fellow West Sider. I love Chicago. I'm fighting for Chicago, but I love the West Side because, P. Ray, how come the Chicago West Side we don't have a Starbucks over there. We don't have a Mariano's like the South Side. What's the story going on? You got to fight over there. You got to get your best friend, Danny Davis, to put one over there. I'm messing with her. This is a private joke. But go ahead. Hey, P. Ray, thank you for calling.
Thank you for taking my call, and you are doing a wonderful job. You are like my radio godmother.
No,
so
thank you.
Thank you. Every time I talk, people talk about you. So we are out here together.
Lady. No, well, you're very good. Young, I met P. Ray, a very consistent conservative. When I found out how old she was, I was like, oh my gosh, she's younger than my daughter. But she's consistent, and it's easy for me to be a crazy conservative in DuPage County. But when you're living on the West Side. And she sent me a picture of somebody with a Trump sign on the west side of Chicago in their yard. I'm like, those are fearless people. What I do is nothing compared to people that are there in deep blue Chicago and still just being who they are and voting their values. It's awesome. So you were talking about the Lambda variant.
The Lambda variant.
It's coming for you.
This is coming. Tomorrow we will be discussing this on Black Excellence Hour. But what's going on is that there are multiple corona variants going on right now. There's an alpha, beta, lambda, and delta going on. The alpha is out of Europe, the lambda is out of South America, and the delta is ravaging the world. And I'm not sure where beta is currently, but this is why this is a serious matter. Shout out to the AKA. The reason that this is a serious matter is because the border is still open.
Mm-hmm.
So right now there are clusters of this Lambda variant showing up around the Texas border, and there have been studies that show that the vaccine is wholly resistant to the Lambda variant, meaning that if these borders are open, and we know that Chicago is the magnet for illegal immigration,
city. Yep.
All the sanctuary city, sanctuary state, sanctuary county, and all roads lead to Chicago, then what that means is that the people in the city of Chicago are now going to be affected by the Lambda variant, and the government
I got to cut you off the music heartbreak. Follow P. Ray on Facebook. Thank you, Charles Love, State Senator, next governor of Illinois. Oh, that's right. I got another segment. I forgot. Oh my gosh. Are you there, P. Ray? See, she complimented. I'm thinking this is a hard break. But anyway, tell people how to follow you on social media, because what you're saying is very good. I'm thinking the show is over with. I forgot there's an extra segment. So much from. Oh, this is a break.
Yeah.
But just tell them how they can follow you, and
really
we do
quick.
have one.
Well, I'm in Facebook jail too. Mark Zuckerberg hates me. But what you can do is follow us at Black Excellence Hour on Facebook, like the page, watch the show. It's an amazing show. We are turning Chicago bright red very soon.
Deep. And those Democrats on that, she's in the belly of the beast. When they call in and say, my Donnie, their head spin. Back right after this.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. That's right, designed to heal. And now I agree. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor for Pete and Seth selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. That's correct. Each of the 4 ingredients deal with inflammation on a different metabolic pathway. That right there, approaching your pain from 4 different angles, may very well be why so many Americans find such wonderful pain relief. If you have back pain, shoulder, neck, hip, knee, or foot pain from exercise or even just getting older, you must order the 3-week Quick Start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. I think it could. Give your body what it needs to heal itself. Go to ReliefFactor.com, call 800-500-8384, ReliefFactor.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Hey, welcome back. See, after all those accolades of how great I was doing, I forgot it was 5 segments. So this is great that we get a chance to wrap up. And just again, thank you, John Anthony. Such a pleasure to have this opportunity to just talk. It's been a while, and we got a lot to say about the wonderful Illinois. And I failed at leaving. For 2 years, my husband had an opportunity outside. We were living outside of the great state. We were living in Arizona. And we came back, and I came back for many reasons because he got a better job offer to come back. And also the schools, I were just the schools that my 4 older children had gone to, the school district, I trusted and loved, and I knew that my last would get such a great opportunity. I'm worried about CRT now. I don't want anyone telling my 16-year-old kid how to be a black man in America, or telling him that his mom's oppressed and by his dad the oppressor. And that's the kind of stuff that we're not paying attention. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, come on. They're not teaching CRT. They're not teaching equity. They're not teaching things that go against what we believe. And you know what? When we talk about white privilege, ladies, and I'm thinking white privilege, well, there's one privilege that we have, and that's American privilege. It's just that if you were born in this country and you have some way when you land on this soil, hopefully legally, that's it. You've won the genetic lottery, or you've won an opportunity to do whatever you want to. And we have the privilege over so many countries, the freedom and just to be an entrepreneur and all these things that they're trying to take from us now. If the big government decides that your job's not essential, but if you work at a store or you work at a restaurant and you're the busboy, guess what? Your job is essential to your children, to your wife, to your landlord. How dare J.B. Pritzker come in and decide what's essential, what's not essential, and what was essential, ladies? Pot stores and abortion clinics never shut down, didn't lose one dime of business, and that's the reason that we have to make some changes come next year. And we got to make sure that we vote informed and we get behind whatever we got to do. We got to get behind to take J.B. Pritzker out.
Absolutely. And I just want to remind people really quickly of our new initiative, Let Them Rest in Peace. We need to get these dead people off the rolls. You know, we want the bad guys to stop harassing dead people. We think it's mean to dredge up the dear departed every election cycle and force dead people to vote from the grave. Let them rest in peace already. So go check out IEIP.org. You'll get all the instructions you need there. It's all hands on deck, folks.
Right. Everybody can help identify somebody who has passed away and help get your clerk to get them off the voter rolls.
How hard is that? I mean, why? You know what? It must be nice to be a Democrat. You can say the most ridiculous thing. You can make the most ridiculous claim, and the media won't push back and ask you how, or they won't say, why don't you want to do that? Why don't you want to clean the voting rolls? And when this whole ridiculousness going on in Texas, voter suppression, I haven't seen. How are you suppressing black people from voting? All they do is say it, and they just use this catchphrase, and everybody gets afraid, and they don't want to be called a racist. And so, well, you know, my husband and I, he's white, I'm black. We go to the poll. Nobody's whispering in my ear trying to get me to go to the wrong polling place. I vote just like him. You show up, you go vote, you exercise your right. Cleaning the rolls of people that haven't voted, the people that are dead, that's not voter suppression. And asking for ID. Come on, that's insulting to say that black people don't have ID. Are you kidding me? You can't
That's
even
very
use
racist, insulting.
Completely racist. And so what they're saying, and they're so arrogant. When you watch those Texas leaders that got on the private plane, must be nice to avoid voting and avoid doing what the taxpayers sent them to their capital to do, and just it's racist. It's racist. Well, I'm Stephanie Trussell. John Anthony, thank you very much for thinking of me. Carol, give out the website again so you can learn about this.
Our main site is ilpac.org. Our election site is IEIP.org.
No show prep. All I had to do was text these two ladies. I was like, everything is going to be covered. I'm Stephanie Trussell, Stephanie W. Trussell on Facebook, just being crazy. And again, just trying to stay out of Facebook jail. You guys have a great Saturday. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the